Have you ever been ready to sesh, but you just have no piece to smoke out of? Or maybe you did have a piece to smoke out of and you went to clean it before the sesh because you understand the importance of a clean piece, but you accidentally dropped it in the sink and you broke it, and now you don't have anything to use. Well, there is a joke or an old saying that's been floating around for a while. If you give a room full of stoners something to smoke and nothing to smoke out of, they're all going to turn into engineers. And this is where homemade pieces come into play. But are homemade pieces actually safe? I've seen some of the wildest, some of the craziest pieces somebody made at their house with just household items, things they pulled out of their trash can, things they got from the garage, things they got out of the refrigerator. There's some wild stuff that you can make to smoke out of because all you need is something to hold your material and a little bit of an airway to pull it through. But honestly, most pieces that I see floating around, most pieces I've seen on the internet that somebody made at home, I personally wouldn't smoke out of it, and I don't think that they're safe. Most pieces involve plastic and aluminum foil. People are smoking out of pens they broke apart and highlighter tubes. People are smoking out of every kind of plastic bottle. There are a few things that you can do with plastics and stuff to make sure you're not getting the heat directly in your plastic. But the way a lot of people are using these pieces, there's no way you're not melting that plastic. So I personally made a lot of homemade pieces out of gravity bongs. You just puncture a little hole in the cap and you use like a metal socket. Most of the time I would use like a glass bowl. If I'm making a gravity bong, I had like a nice little glass bowl I could just wedge in the hole. But maybe sometimes you're using like a wrench socket or something like that. There's some metals and things that are fine in a pinch, but then there's a lot of stuff that you probably don't want to use. Like aluminum foil is one of the tricky ones. If you look up information on aluminum foil, some people say that it's fine, you're not really going to have any issues. And some people say no matter what you're doing, there's going to be toxins. The aluminum foil is going to affect your breathing. Some people think smoking using aluminum foil or aluminum foil in general causes Alzheimer's. I've heard a lot of people's experiences from using aluminum foil. They say it gives them like a really bad cough. It gives them really bad headaches when they do hits using aluminum foil. I've seen a ton of hits, especially on Reddit. I look at a few different subreddits, but people usually use tin foil in a pinch, or they use it to make the bowl for their homemade pieces. They'll be using an all plastic piece and then the bowl will be made out of aluminum foil. Well, regardless of what you think, if it's safe or not, I'm not using it. I personally don't need homemade pieces. I think pieces are really cheap. I think in any kind of situation, I don't really like papers, but just get papers. You get 50 raw papers for 99 cents. Stop smoking out of Reynolds Wrap and a Mountain Dew bottle and just go get 50 papers for 99 cents. I also see a lot of people using cans, aluminum cans, soda cans. That's a classic, right? There's a lot of memes floating around. A lot of people back in the day had their first sesh out of a soda can. That's another one too. People are like, no, it's safe. It's definitely fine. Go use soda cans. Some people are like, make sure you scrape the paint off and don't use it too much. I'm never in a pinch like this. Obviously, I got all the glass in the world behind me. But some people are in a pinch. Some people do want to make a homemade pipe and they want to use something that's actually safe. But what is safe? What is safe to use? I think the healthiest thing to use or the safest thing to use or the least harmful, least damaging thing to use, and many people know, is an apple. Use some fruit. I've seen plenty of pipes made out of various fruits, various vegetables, and usually for the most part, as long as you're not getting like the really good organic ones, they're not too expensive. You can get a bag of apples for a few bucks, but in a lot of cases, it is more likely for somebody to have plastic bottles and aluminum than apples. But just be healthier. Just buy more fruit. Just have apples on hand. Apple pipes. The first time I ever smoked was out of an apple pipe. I was really drunk. I didn't really experience the high because I was too lit, but it's really easy to make. It's obviously like a temporary thing. You're not going to smoke your apple pipe every day for months and months and keep smoking it. You're just gonna smoke it once or twice and then you throw it away, or you eat the rest of the apple like a savage. But I've seen some cool stuff. Halloween's coming up next month. I've seen pumpkin pipes. You just hollow out the middle and you just stuff a bowl in the side and all you gotta do is light it. It doesn't need to percolate. Maybe you can wedge a down stem in the bottom of a pumpkin, put a little water in the bottom and get some good percolation. I think I might do that this year. That sounds fun. But fruits and vegetables, stuff that grew from the earth, that's going to be a lot safer than that discount aluminum wrap you got at the dollar store that we're not even actually sure if it's made out of aluminum. So be safe out there. You really only get one set of lungs. Don't do anything that's questionable. If you can't find definitive answers on if something is safe or good for you or bad for you, Be skeptical. Don't just be like, well, Fartsucker69 on the internet said that he smokes out of aluminum and he's good to go. So if you find yourself constantly making pipes out of plastic and aluminum, go buy some apples. Go get some fruit. Keep some produce in your house. Or just go get a glass piece. Go get yourself some nice glass. Something thick so it doesn't break. And keep it clean. Either way, come smoke with me on Twitch. We go live after 9 p.m. Eastern. You can support me for free with Amazon Prime. And if you haven't seen me try Mexican munchies, check out this video right here. Did you know all the snacks in Mexico have chili powder in them? What? Later, dudes.